All right, are we set?
About another 5 seconds and I think it'll work. Yes, we're set.
All right, good evening. This is the Planning Commission meeting on today. Today's date is December the 15th, 2020, at 6 p.m. This is an 8-member panel appointed by the City of South Fulton Mayor and Council to hold public hearings to make recommendations on rezoning, use permits, and concurrent variance applications, comprehensive land use plan maps, and amendments to the zoning resolution. Our citizens may speak for or against a zoning issue, and each side will have up to 10 minutes total to present its case. Tonight's virtual meeting, citizens may enter their comments and questions in the YouTube chat or email planning@cityofsouthfulton.gov. The Planning Commission's recommendations will be forwarded to the city's mayor and council for final decisions on the fourth Tuesday of the next month. We will proceed to the items on the agenda. And I believe at this time, staff, if you can call the roll.
Albert Reynolds,
Here.
Janine Brown,
Present.
Shatika Floyd,
Here.
Rodney Hadley. Rodney Hadley, you did say here?
Present, yes, sir.
Okay. Tamika Williams. Miss Rachel, Miss Rachel here?
Yes, I'm present.
Thank you. Janai Walters. Miss Janai Walters?
I think she's muted.
Okay. And Mr. Shannon Jones?
Present.
All right, you do have a quorum, Sir Chair.
All right, let's go move forward today, and I will, 1 second here. I will take a motion to open up the meeting on today as we move forward with any old business. Anyone want to make a motion?
A motion that we open the meeting, and for the open meeting as of today at what time? At 6:03 p.m.
Second. This is Reverend Shannon Jones, second.
With it being properly moved in second, we will now enter into our meeting agenda. I guess we move into approving of the minutes of last month. Can we get a motion for approval on those minutes?
Yes, this is Rodney. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Is there any discussion on the meeting minutes for last month? Hearing none, let's take a vote.
Rodney Hadley,
Yay.
Janine Brown,
Aye.
Shannon Jones,
Aye.
Janai Walters. Janai Walters, I didn't hear you.
I see her, but her phone is still on mute. Let's see.
I'll come back. Rachel Williams,
Yes.
Shatika Floyd,
Aye.
Tamika Weatherly, Miss Weatherly,
I don't see her on the call.
Okay. Janai Walters? We still can't hear Marissa. Is she still muted?
I
It
mean,
looks like it.
she's calling in on her cell phone, so so maybe she muted her cell phone. I don't have the ability to unmute her from my angle.
Oh, okay. All right, it is unanimous with those, well, not unanimous, but you have reached all the votes that are required.
Okay. All right. I guess we can move forward into the first item on the agenda. Staff, if you would call the first item, please.
Absolutely. We can go to the next slide, please. Z20005 is a rezoning request for 0 Buffington Road. We can go to the next slide. The petitioner here requests deferral until the January Planning Commission meeting in order to have additional meetings with the community. We had a call with Councilmember Reeves last week, and they're going to set up some additional FaceTime with the community to get some more feedback and input on this petition. So we asked for a deferral.
All right. Would there be a motion to accept the deferral for this
Mr. Chair,
petition?
if we could please just check for open for any public comment, just to see if there is any, and if not, we
Correct.
can close that right back up.
Correct. I understand, but let's move forward. If there is any public comment, is there any public comment in the queue, staff?
We do not have anything in the chat, and I am checking with comments for Z20005. I'm just making sure Regency Oaks off of Enon.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just making sure I have comments based on the a certain petition. So I am checking to make sure we have none for this petition.
None of the ones
Okay.
that were sent in previously were for 05. So if there's nothing in the YouTube
Right.
chat or in the planning email box, then we're good on this one.
I just received one just now.
Okay.
So let me just make sure which one they're
Okay, would that be
referring
fair
to.
then?
So it looks like none of these are for 005.
All right.
From YouTube, Miss Beverly Word said, "We're here, but if we are deferring, we'll wait till January."
Sounds
All
good.
right,
And
I
I will
guess to be
state for the
properly-
record for the first, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that to be in line and everything, I guess we would just open and close public comment on this particular petition.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Commissioners, I will entertain a motion to open public comment at this time for petition Z20005.
I make
So
a
open or close?
open public comment.
I'm sorry, question. Are we
This
open
one-
to
this-
public comment or we're closing public comment on this?
This one would be to open, and then we can just reread the comment that Marissa just got on the YouTube chat, and then we can close it.
Thank you.
There's a motion on the floor to open, and it was, I need a second.
This is Shatika Florida, second.
I've been probably moved in second. Public comment is open. Staff, can you read the public comment pertaining to this petition, please?
Miss Beverly Word said, "We're here, but if we are deferring, we'll wait till January."
Is that the only comment for this petition, staff?
That is the only comment on the YouTube chat.
And in our planning email, we do not have comments for this particular petition.
All right, with that being said, we will move to close public comment. If I could get a motion to close public comment on this particular petition, Z20005.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to close public comment.
This is Commissioner Brown. I second the motion.
It's been properly moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, public comment for this petition is now closed. Staff, can you call the next petition for hearing.
I'm sorry, did we vote for the deferral?
Yeah,
No,
we need to
didn't
make a
vote.
motion for the deferral.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry about that. We did make a motion passed. Let's go for a vote.
Could we just get a motion to accept the deferral?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion to accept the deferral.
and this is Commissioner Brown. I'll second the motion.
Yeah, it was probably moved in second to accept the deferral, and we are waiting on a vote.
Roll call vote.
Okay, and here it comes. Bear with me 1 second. Ms. Brown,
Aye.
Ms. Floyd,
Aye.
Mr. Hadley,
Aye.
Ms. Williams, Ms. Williams.
She's not on the call today.
I said aye.
Oh, okay, I
Oh,
couldn't hear you. Sorry. Ms. Walters.
Aye. Can you hear me this time?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Mr. Jones.
great.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Great, thank you. It is passed. Unanimous.
All right, thank you, staff. Can you call the next item, please, on the agenda?
Yes, and let me state for the record, this will be the first of a few times I say this, the January Planning Commission meeting is on Tuesday, January 19th. That is the third Tuesday. The next case is Z20007 at 0 Butner Road. Go to the next slide, please. The city is requesting deferral into the January Planning Commission meeting on this case for continued legal review of this petition. And that's all we'll say for public comment.
All right.
Nathan, did you say January 17th or the 8th?
January 19th.
19th? Okay,
Yes, it's the third Tuesday of January, the January 19th.
got it.
All
I'd
right,
like to open public comment.
yeah. I entertain a motion to open public comment.
I'd like to make a motion to open public comment.
Janai Walters, I second.
Probably moved in second to open public comment. We stand to take a vote to open public comment. All in favor?
Roll call vote.
Yes, and here we go. Roll call vote. Mr. Hadley, Rodney Hadley,
Aye.
Janine Brown,
Aye.
Shannon Jones,
Aye.
Janai Walters,
Aye.
Rachel Williams,
Aye.
Jatika Floyd,
Aye.
and did Miss Weatherly come on by chance? No? Okay. The vote is approval unanimous to open public.
Public comment is now open. Staff, is there any items in the public comment for this particular petition?
Yes.
Yes, we have two. Dana, do you want to read those?
I sure do. All right. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. This is from Mr. Howard Reed, who resides at Cole Lane, District 2. I object to the above referenced rezoning request as submitted for the following reasons. The land use plan for this area is designated as suburban residential, 1 to 2 units per acre. This proposal increases that density by nearly 50% and would destroy the established character of this neighborhood. The developer is claiming that because part of the development falls within a quarter-mile radius of the commercial district of Butner Stonewall Tell intersection, that allows greater density to be extended to this development. However, only 4 of the proposed 62 homes, or 6.5% of the homes, fall within this radius. There is an ordinance that says when a development crosses over from a high density area to a low density area, the higher density may be extended to the entire project. The ordinance does not say shall be extended, meaning the body reviewing the project may decide not to extend the higher density. I contend 6.5% in higher density area does not justify extending that higher density to 93.5 in the lower density area. 2, the land use plan is all that we have as a master plan for our city. By closing to overrule the land use plan in this instance, we set the precedence to overrule the land use plan in all parts of the city. This is all we have protecting us from development mayhem all over the city. Directly across Butner Road from this project is a development tract of over 160 plus acres that does not fall within the commercial radius. But if 3 units per acre are allowed here, it will be requested there. And we will be hard pressed to deny it because of the precedent we set here. 3, this development would be totally out of character with existing development in the neighborhood. To the west of Legend Oaks, where the minimum lot size is 18,000 square feet, and the minimum home size is 3,200 square feet. To the north, the next 3 homes are all on 1+ acre lots, with the smallest home being 3,500 square feet. This proposed development has 10 lots of 7,000 square feet, with the largest home proposed being 2,900 square feet. Approving the development as proposed instantly stunts appreciation of the surrounding homes. In an earlier meeting with the developer, it was suggested if they wanted this level of density, we would require a larger home product, minimum 4,000 square feet. No response. For these reasons, I will request that you reject this petition and respect the land use plan for this area.
Is there any other public comment?
I'm checking now.
Dana, there's the one from Anna Maria Hazard.
And Maria has it. Thank you. Okay, so this is Anna Maria Hazard. And her comment is, let me make sure this is bear with me 1 second. Okay. Good evening, commissioners. My name is Anna Marie Hazard. I'm an attorney at Coleman Talley LLP, and I represent Deanna Restpress, who resides at 6075 Butner Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30349. The property directly adjacent to the subject property. My client, along with other adjacent property owners, have some concerns about the rezoning. First, this meeting was not properly noticed in accordance with the zoning procedures law and the Georgia Open Meetings Act, which violates my client's constitutional procedural due process rights. The zoning procedures law requires that the notice be published and a sign posted at the subject property at least 15 days, no more than 45 days prior to the date of the hearing. Further, the notice must contain the location of the property, the present zoning, and the proposed zoning, as well as the time, place, and purpose of the hearing. The notice that was mailed out and published in the Daily Report did not adequately state the location of the meeting in the manner that would give the public reasonable notice of the meeting and opportunity to be heard, nor did it state the location of the property being rezoned as required as O.C.G.A 36-66-4. Second, the proposed zoning does not meet the density recommendations of the Comprehensive Development Plan, CDP, nor the desire of the neighborhood. The current land use of the subject property is rural neighborhood. Page 30 of the CDP states that the rural neighborhood character area is meant to preserve the primarily rural resident character of South Fulton. Even though Butner Road is a minor arterial road, the infrastructure is not currently in place to support the increased density that the proposed rezoning will bring. Page 101 of the CDP states, to ensure the most desirable and efficient use of land and preserve residential character, land use densities should be regulated in a manner that would prevent overloading of public facilities. Overall, transportation goals should be factored into land use decisions, and increased density in this area would be detrimental to the stated transportation goals and put a strain on the system. Conformance with the CDP and its stated goals shows that the rezoning was rational, reasonable, and consistent with the city's plan for future development. The proposed rezoning does not follow the stated goals of the CDP. Approving this rezoning would be arbitrary and not done in accordance with the CDP, against the public interest, and a violation of my client's substantive due process rights afforded under the United States and the Georgia constitutions. We respectfully ask that you deny this proposed zoning and allow the property to remain R3A and retain its low density designation in accordance with the CDP.
Does that conclude the public comment for this petition?
Has anything come in on the YouTube chat or the planning email box?
Yes, we have a few comments on the YouTube chat box. So Atlanta real estate lady says, I am opposed to this development. What is the developer basing the decision to limit the size of homes to 2,900 square feet? Not sure I have an answer for that today because the developer isn't on the call right now since it was deferred, but that's definitely something that we can talk about in January at the next meeting. Harold Reed says, if the petition is deferred, will we need to resubmit the comments, or will the comments be submitted be carried over? I think that's the question for Nathan.
Yeah, we'll definitely read them again next meeting, so don't worry about that, Mr. Reed.
Okay. Rewa Berry says, I am opposed to this development. Kerwin Meyer says, I oppose as well. I live at 6055 Butner Road. Susan Myers, realtor, says, I oppose this development as well. I reside at 6055 Butner Road. Atlanta real estate lady, Gloria Williams, District 2, 7512 Cole Lane. I agree with Harold Reed. Cases Z27, Z28, Z29. I am opposed to all of these proposals. Trina Wright says, I oppose this development. I reside in the Hampton Oaks subdivision of Butner Road in 92. Rewa Berry says, to be more specific, I am opposed to Z20007, Z28, Z29. I am opposed to all of these proposals. Penny Voices says, Penny Curtis, Camden Manor subdivision at Butner Road and West Stubbs. Z28 and Z29, I oppose these proposals. Chinedu Uzochi says, I oppose all developments proposed for Butner Road and her subdivision. And Atlanta real estate lady has some additional questions for the development team. She says, what is the price per unit and the construction cost per unit? So that's more that we can dive into at the next meeting. Harold Reed says, thank you. And Michael Hunt says, I live in Camden Manor and I oppose the development of high density development across our subdivision. And that concludes the YouTube comments.
All right, does that conclude all the public comments on this? Is there any public comments in favor of?
No.
Not that I'm
Okay.
seeing at this time.
One quick question, staff. Will these public comments be added to the meeting minutes?
Yes, it will.
Yeah, you got it, Dana, sorry.
Yeah, oh, no worries. Let me just review one more that did come in. Okay, I have Angela James, and she states, I've lived here for 13 years in District 2. Regency Oaks subdivision off of Enid Road. I'm writing to ask you to oppose the rezoning at Briar Creek that Pulte Home plans to build. I've been a very active resident during 2020 and involved in the calls with the developer's management team and legal counsel. The proposed Briar Creek subdivision will not benefit our community and will lower home values. It will impact us negatively when it comes to more traffic on Butner Road without any adequate improvement to our streets. I'm very concerned about why our community is sought after for these lackluster housing developments with low price points and low quality construction. Both Pulte and DR Horton are saturating our community with their infamous subpar building quality. These homes are poorly built, parentheses, some built within 45 to 60 days, with little to no amenities, parentheses, no architectural shingle roofs, no three-sided brick, 0 lots, poor materials, and even down to a minimal windows and no gutters. These developers have no regard and completely disrespect this predominantly African-American community. They think when proposing these new bills, they'll come up against no opposition and no obstacles from our local government defending us. We as a city must prove them wrong. We will not just accept what they throw at us to make profits and leave our community to pay for their long-term projects. Please keep this in mind when you are considering the denial of this rezoning proposal. The meeting was not properly noticed in the city or Pulte following the zoning procedures law and the state's open meetings law, which is a violation of our constitutional procedural due process rights. The size of the subdivisions Pulte is now presenting is much larger than what they presented to us last year at Wolf Creek Library. The plan has grown from 48 to 62 homes, which exceeds our land use development plan. Note, I have lived here when the land use plan was created, and I am part of the community that supports the rural designation we have in the area. I also support the land use plan where it says our goal is to have lower density. We would like our community to remain at 2 homes per acre they originally proposed. Also, there is a request to reduce the stream buffer, and we as a city must protect our stream buffers and our region's drinking water at all costs. Please note, the request to reduce the buffer has been denied previously under the county and should be denied again by the city. Thank you in advance for your denial of this proposal, Angela James. And that concludes public comment from the planning site.
All right, we'll entertain a motion to close public comment.
There are a few more public comments that came on during YouTube if you'd like to hear them at this time.
Okay, we'll withdraw that request for a motion at this time. Let's finish out with these.
The other comments are from Michael Hunt. I lived in Camden Manor and I oppose high density development across our subdivision. Atlanta real estate lady says what builders will be building the units, and I believe the builder is Pulte. Wanda Ellis Fant says I live in Camden Manor as well and oppose these developments. Veda Farmer says we live directly across the street in Camden Manor. I agree with Penny Voices. We oppose this development. Adoa Asare says I live in Camden Manor and oppose these developments. Trina Wright says, for the record, I oppose all developments along Butner Road. Yvette Brace says I live in Camden Manor. We need a major hospital in the area, so I oppose any developments till we get a hospital. Chinedu Uzochi says, I agree, poor quality homes proposed to our area that devalue existing homes. Brittany Hersey says, I live in Camden Manor and also oppose the low quality home developments. Robert and Tanya Anderson, I oppose this development. Traffic improvements must be completed. If it requires rezoning, it should be put someplace else. And the real estate lady says, the majority of new home developments in South Fulton are valued under $350,000. This does not help to provide opportunities for wealth building through real estate. In 2013, Aurora says, I live in Camden Manor and I oppose this development.
Would that conclude public comment?
I believe so.
All right, commissioners will entertain a motion to close public comment.
This is Commissioner Brown. I move that we close public comment on Z20-007.
This is Shatika Floyd, our second.
Been properly moved in second. Is there any discussion?
I have a question. We've heard several times that this property was not, that the builder did not make proper notice. I just want to defer to the staff. Is that true?
So the issue was with the phrasing we used at the last council or the last planning commission meeting in terms of opening up for public comment or not. And so the question was brought to us was, does that count as a meeting if we didn't open it up for the comments? And so rather safe than sorry, we're going to postpone this one to the next one to do that. And we will just re-advertise and over-advertise everything again to make sure there's no questions.
So well, Nathan, I think my question was more not to public comment, but I think I was understanding that the people who were saying that the builder did not make proper notice and did not make notification, or were they talking about public comment? And that that the meeting wasn't held, or that we didn't send out notifications about?
So I'm not aware of any issues with the builders' notifications because we supply those lists and they have their own meetings, and I have not been made aware of those. I'll say for the public, if there is any question or concern with that specific issue of meeting with the builder or notifications, please email the planning email address or myself, one of the staff. I'm just unaware of any other issues other than what I've already vocalized with the phraseology at the last meeting, if that's even a word that I just used. But I'm just unaware of that. But if there is a concern, please just let us know, ask the question, and make me aware of that, and I can address that.
And I think also to the public, just to be aware that there is a limitation on where that notification goes out to. It doesn't go to everybody in the district. It's based on, there are some requirements of how far from that property people are notified. So
correct. It goes up to a quarter mile.
Right, a quarter mile of the property. So if you live further than a quarter mile away from that particular property, you may not get a notification. So it may not necessarily be a violation of your constitutional rights. So we just want to make sure that our citizens are aware of what the rules are.
Also, one question to staff is, did the petitioner request a deferral or did the city request a deferral?
We have a letter from the petitioner requesting deferral, but in this case, the city's just going to go ahead and do that on this one.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, it's been properly moved in second. I'm sorry, public comment is closed. Been properly moved in second, that public comment is closed. Let's take a vote.
All right, Mr. Roddy Hadley,
Aye.
Janine Brown,
Aye.
Shannon Jones,
Aye.
Janai Walters,
Aye.
Rachel Williams,
Aye.
and Shatika Floyd.
Aye.
It is unanimous to close public hearing.
Okay, public hearing is now closed. I'll entertain a motion now to accept the deferral until January's next meeting. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the deferral for 720 Z20-007.
Is there a second?
Janai Walters, I second.
It's been probably moved in second. Can we take a vote?
Yes, Rodney Hadley,
Aye.
Janine Brown,
Aye.
Shannon Jones,
Aye.
Janai Walters,
Aye.
Rachel Williams. Rachel Williams, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you if you said something. Great, thank you. Shatika Floyd,
Aye.
passes unanimously.
All right, staff, can you call the next case, please?
Yes, and I just want to say this one thing for a comment too. Even though we have received comments that were, against one or another rezoning, I just want to make a point to say that does not affect the impartiality of the planning commission here, and the petitioners will obviously get a chance to make their case and address any concerns that the community might have. I just want to say that for the record there. Z2008 is a rezoning request at 7195 Butner, 0 West Stubbs, and 3315 West Stubbs. We can go to the next slide, please. The petitioner here requests deferral until the January meeting for more time to develop their site plan. We will be getting an updated concept from the petitioner in this case after meeting with the community and the council members Gilliard and Gums. This development is in District 2, but it is directly across the street from District 4, and so that's why both council members have had discussions with the petitioners here.
All right, can we get a motion to open public comment on this petition?
Yes, I'll make a motion to open public comment.
Is there a second?
This is
Bishop Tickleford, I'll second it.
Been probably moved and second to open public comment. Staff, is there any comments pertaining to this petition in public comments, either email or YouTube?
Dana, I know you have the one for 008 ready to go, correct?
Yes. I do have one for 9, and I have another one for.
I can go ahead and read 8. This one is from Harold Reed.
Sorry, Nate, we didn't vote on opening the public hearing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Correct.
We can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, let's take a vote.
Okay. Rodney Hadley,
Aye.
Janine Brown,
Aye.
Shannon Jones,
Aye.
Janai Walters,
Aye.
Rachel Williams,
Aye.
Latika Floyd.
Aye.
It is unanimous to approve opening public hearing.
Public comment is now open. Can they continue, staff?
Public comment.
Sure, I can read this one. This is Z2008 from Harold Reed. I object to the above reference rezoning request for the following reasons. This rezoning request, as submitted, far exceeds the land use plan for this area. The land use map for this area shows suburban residential 1 to 2 units per acre. As presented, this proposal is for 2.9 units per acre. Surrounding subdivisions are Walden Park, 1.9 units per acre, Amherst, 1.8 units per acre, Kingsland, 1.8 units per acre, Camden Manor, 1.9 units per acre. These subdivisions range in age from Walden Park 20 years, Amherst 17 years, Kingsland today, Camden Manor today. This is not a quote unquote infill development. It can be planned and constructed however we choose. Current rules, the land use plan, says it should be 1 to 2 units per acre. The land use plan is on file with the state of Georgia and should not be violated to satisfy a developer's desire for greater profits per square foot. And it can be profitable at 1 to 2 units per acre. And that's the end of that comment. Have any other ones come in the planning email address or YouTube chat?
There are some more comments in the YouTube chat. Deanna Repress says, I am opposed and will defer comment. Atlanta Real Estate Lady says, regarding Z28, I am against this development. How old is the GDOT classification of Butner Road and West Stubbs? The classification is not accurate. Rewa Berry says, to be more specific, I am opposed to Z20 2008, Z20 2009 proposals. 2013, Aurora says, I live in Camden Manor and I vehemently oppose the rezoning and the proposed development. We live in Camden Manor. Beverly Ward says, we live in Camden Manor. We do not agree and are against this development. Penny Voices says, please provide the planning email address. There was no notice sent to residents of Camden Manor regarding Z20 008 and 009. It's planning, PLANNING, at City of South Fulton GA.gov. So again, planning at City of South Fulton GA.gov. Brittany
And Marissa,
Hersey-
let me say one thing real quick again to that point about the notification. People only receive notifications within a 1/4 mile radius.
Yes. Brittany Hersey says, my comment above stands for 008 and 009. There is confusion from the developer regarding the multiple types of units that will be offered within the proposed senior housing zoning. Wanda Ellis Fant says, again, I live at Camden Manor and oppose to 008, 009 proposals. Robert and Tanya Anders says, I am opposed to this development and does not align with the land use plan. Chani Andrews says, I live in Camden Manor and disagree with the rezoning request. It creates density of activity that is not harmonious with the neighborhood. Atlanta Real Estate Lady says, this development will definitely devalue existing home values. What is the price and construction cost per unit? Name the study that shows there is demand for smaller homes and smaller lots. So again, those are additional questions we can answer at the January meeting. When the developer is here, Trina Wright says, I oppose the Z20008 development proposal. Teresa Sublet says, I'm opposed to this development. Chinedu Uzochi says, okay. Yvette Brace says, I'm opposed to this development. Deanna Repress says, Camden Manor is directly across the street. They definitely fall within the 0.3 mile radius. Atlanta Real Estate Lady says, I am opposed. Where has the developer built this development in Metro Atlanta? And what is the price point? Who is the developer targeting other than seniors? So again, those are additional questions that we can answer with the developer at the next meeting in January.
Are there any other comments opposing this development?
Yes, sir. This comment is for Z20008 and Z20009, and it's from Jasmine Webster. Good afternoon. I hope you all are well. I am writing on behalf of my community, Camden Manor, to express our opposition to the rezoning and proposed development located at Butner and West Stubbs. The property is directly across the street from us, and we will be impacted by any development that happens here. On December 7th, 2020, residents of Camden Manor participated in a virtual meeting with Proterra and Councilwoman Gilliard. The builder's attorney, Michelle Battle, presented a PowerPoint and outlined the proposal. The community and the Councilwoman Gilliard asked many questions that were either not directly answered or sidelined. Residents of Camden Manor also participated in the council meeting that took place on December 8th. We were again concerned at the lack of concrete information and the timeline of this proposal. The following is a list of our concerns. Every community in West Stubbs, Butner area are single-family homes. Proterra proposes to build 171 single-family homes and 104 senior living multifamily units. The presentation features a hodgepodge of multifamily units that did not match the aesthetic of the single-family offering, nor the other surrounding communities. The price point for the multifamily units start in the high 100s with square footage as low as 700 square feet. This will directly impact our property values. The vast majority of homes in the area start in the high 200s. There are two communities that feature single-family homes currently being built on Demooney and Campbellton Fairburn Road. These communities will start in the high 200s, low 300 range. We are concerned that the multifamily units will not be popular offering and will sit empty, prompting price reductions and further devaluation of the surrounding communities. There is currently a plan for a roundabout to manage the increase in traffic in that area. This will not be enough to manage the density that is being planned. 3, Pretoria's timeline is vague and long. In the meeting on December 8th, 2020, Attorney Battle stated that it would take 18 months to prepare the land and at least 6 additional months for permitting. She stated that we would not see actual building until at minimum 2 to 3 years, and a community would not complete for at least 3 to 5 years. That timeline is very suspicious to us. Attorney Battle expressed confidence in these multifamily units selling, but admits that this is the first offering of its kind by Proterra. Attorney Battle stated at our meeting that she had research that she could present in support of the proposal, but neglected to present it at the meeting on 12/7 or 12/8. We feel that this area is being used as a testing ground for a model that has not been proven successful. We are concerned that Proterra will push the rezoning and change their plan midstream. 4, Proterra is purportedly filling a need for senior housing in the South Fulton area, but has neglected to realize there are no amenities to support senior community. There is no access to MARTA on West Stubbs or Butner. The nearest shopping center is Camp Creek Marketplace, is 15 minutes away. There is no walkability in the area for seniors. The nearest hospital is 25 minutes away. The response time for SFPD has already been an issue due to staffing. How will a senior community be impacted by these challenges? 5, Pretoria is proposing a senior community among single-family homes. Statistically, the highest demographic to purchase single-family homes are people with children. In a senior community amongst a single-family community with children, is a senior community amongst single-family community with children desirable for seniors? The pandemic has altered how children attend school, but it will always be this way. Has Pretoria thought about how seniors will be impacted by children gathering at a bus stop every morning and every afternoon, 9 months out of the year? 6, Proterra cannot guarantee that the senior homes will in fact be utilized only by seniors. They presented no plan to enforce senior designation. This is concerning because Proterra seemingly has not done any research on this target demographic. A great deal of African-American households are multi-generational. This fact makes it real possibility that the senior homes will end up staying empty because the target demographic does not meet the senior living criteria, or the senior living restriction will not be able to properly enforce and will give way to more density by way of multiple residents in the senior living homes. The racial component of this issue cannot be ignored. Proterra is trailing this model in a predominantly African-American suburb. A development like this that threatens the property value of the surrounding community and does not offer comparable amenities and living experience that other senior living communities do would even be considered in Sandy Springs, Johns Creek, Smyrna, or any other predominantly white suburb. Why are they offering our seniors subpar senior living experience while also threatening the property values of African-American homes in this area? We love our community and we want to see it grow in a healthy and equitable way. We want our senior citizens to have a community that is on par with others in the metro Atlanta area that offers access to transportation, shopping, access to seniors, activities, access to hospitals, and the relaxation and ease of living they have earned. We want to maintain our property values and see our community thrive. We do not believe the rezoning request and the subsequent proposal for the Proterra development is the right choice to meet any of these goals. We ask that you vote against the measure to rezone the land at Butner and West Stubbs from AG1 to CUP and subsequently deny the proposal for Proterra development in its current form. We ask that you require any developer that seeks to build in this area to work within the current zoning and to provide a development product that meets these standards. Thank you for your time and consideration. Respectfully, the residents of Camden Manor.
Public comment for this petition has exceeded its 10-minute limit. I will ask staff, is there any comments in favor of this petition?
I have none in the planning email address.
I have no comments in favor of the petition on the YouTube chat.
Okay, hearing none. Let's get a motion to close public comment.
This is Commissioner Brown. I make a motion to close public comment for Z20-008.
Is there a second?
And I will also second.
Any discussion?
This is Commissioner Brown. Only thing we definitely hear what the citizens have to say. I think it's important for us, well, two things I have. It's important for us to understand, I was listening to the last public comment, that senior living starts at the age 55. Not to offend anybody who's listening who's 55, but you're a senior now. The second, so having amenities, because you're independent living, and I think we also we heard a lot of this last year, and I've been on this board, I think almost I'm in my second year. And we heard a lot around having independent living for people who do want to downsize, but they want to stay in this community. And also, even with multi-generations, a lot of, even if they're over 55, if they're into the 60-year-old range and pre-retirement, are also considering not wanting to live with their children. They still want to, and their children want them to be close by. So I think we'll take all of these things into consideration, because remember, we all live over here, as we live in this area as well. But I just wanted to point some of that out, because I think we need some clarity around what senior living is, and not nursing homes, and what a senior citizen is, and the age in which you're a senior. The second thing I wanted to just discuss, and this is really for the staff, and I know that you will do this, but I just want to reiterate this for the public, that we get this information, all the site plans, all the information from the petitioners, to give us as commissioners enough time to review this post the holidays. So I think it's really important that we get the plans, the site plans, the traffic plans. And I know you all do a great job of providing that information and your recommendations, if you get that information in time. So I think it's important for us, the staff, to just reiterate to the petitioners that we want to get this information within, a reasonable time for our review. So that means they need to get it to all of you in an earlier in the year, post the holidays, if not sooner.
That is correct.
And let me also add too, I do agree with you, Commissioner Brown, as to when information is afforded to us in a timely manner, which would be great, so that we can do our research as we dive deeper into what is being asked of these developers to what they want to develop. And being the pinnacle of our decision making is about how things are being constructed in our area. And we want to make sure that we are in line with the planning and zoning rules and regulations when it comes to the city of South Fulton. And the only way to do that, if we have adequate time to go over the proper site plans and so forth that we should be looking at and viewing.
Yeah, that's correct. And I want to stress too, you'll obviously be getting the presentation and all the details, the site plan, the engineering reviews that you need, and you'll also be hearing from the petitioners as well. So I know it can come across as it's coming across a little one-sided right now, just because we're going to be deferring these, and I know the public has made a point to get their comments in, but there will be, you will be getting a comprehensive picture of all of these cases, obviously.
All right, the motion has been carried to close public comment. We did get a motion to close public comment, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And let's take a vote, please.
Commissioner Hadley,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Walters,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Floyd.
Aye.
It's approved unanimously.
All right, staff, can you call the next case?
We had to take the vote to on 008 to defer.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's I entertain a motion to accept the deferral on petition Z20-008.
This is Shannon Jones. I make a motion that we accept the deferral for Z20-008.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Probably moved and second. In any further discussion? Hearing none, can we take a vote, staff?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Hadley,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Walters,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams. Sorry, you're muted. Commissioner Williams, you're muted.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Floyd,
Aye.
it is unanimously approved to defer this petition.
Okay, next case, staff.
right, this one is, these two go together because the petitions here are sort of intertwined. I'll explain, even though we are going to defer this, I know. Z20009 and CB20001, rezoning request for the same properties before, 7195 Butner, 0 West Stubbs, and 3315 West Stubbs. Next slide, please. When you get your packets and review all the information, you'll see that these cases are for the senior component in the front of this development, and the previous case was for the single-family subdivision in the rear. And again, I will stress that all makes sense once you get the full picture of this. So Z2009 is for the rezoning portion, and CV01 is for a concurrent variance for the senior age. They'll be asking for 55 from 62. But again, the petitioner requests deferral until January for the same reason as the previous cases. It's the same site plan, and we'll be getting some updates to that based on community and council member feedback. And so we're going to ask for the petitioners asked for a deferral until the January meeting for the same reason as the previous case.
Okay, we'll entertain a motion to open public comment.
I make a motion to open public comment.
There a second?
Second, Shannon Jones.
Been properly moved in second. Public comment is open. Is there anything in the, is there anything pertaining to public comment out there, staff?
I do have one in the planning email.
Okay, and I have the one that was previously submitted. Dana, is it the same one or is it a new one?
It's the same one.
Okay, you can go ahead and read that.
So I'll do the roll call for this, for opening the public comment.
Mhm.
Yes. Commissioner Hadley,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Walters,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Floyd.
Aye.
It's unanimous to open up public comments.
Public comment is now open. We do have 10 minutes for and against.
Okay. All right, the one public comment for Z20009 located on Butner Road is by Mr. Harold Reed. He resides on Coleman Lane. I object to this project as submitted, as it would fundamentally change the character of the area with no immediate benefit to the surrounding community. It would also violate the conditions of the Cliftondale Overlay District as to height requirements for a residential structure. In early discussions with the developer, interest was expressed in the possibility of a 55+ active adult development. The concept cottages, duplexes, quads, and townhomes were mentioned by the community as acceptable forms of such a development. We clearly stated we were not in favor of multi-story (3 or 4 floors) condos, as that would totally go against the suburban character of the area. Additionally, that level of density would totally strain the road work and isolate and surround the existing homes along Butner Road and West Stubbs Road. However, the developer decided to push forward with this hodgepodge design that exemplifies shotgun development. This should be stopped now. That concludes.
Is there any other public comment in
Not
YouTube
from the
and or
planning.
email?
Okay, yeah.
Was that it?
From the planning part, we'll see what Marissa has in the YouTube chat. Marissa, are you there?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. We have additional comments from the YouTube chat. So Susan Myers, realtor, says what is being proposed is what I refer to as low income housing. Atlanta Real Estate Lady says the developer is proposing that the amenities in the senior development be shared by the neighboring development targeted for young families. Trina Wright, you are absolutely right. Atlanta Real Estate Lady said a senior community on par with Crestwind and Fayette or Del Webb should be sought after. Says the ordinance not currently state that senior living is 62. So yeah, so the variance is to change from 62 to 55. Chinedu Uzochi says to the speaker, please do not speak for all seniors 55+ years. Please allow us to speak for ourselves. Harold Reed said he had comments, which were read by Dana a few minutes ago. Beverly Word says, yes, 2013 Aurora. Please see last PC meeting. Atlanta Real Estate Lady says, you can ask these basic questions before you even see a site plan. What is needed is high quality senior housing, not cheap construction. Aurora 2013 says, thanks. They are basing this on things that have not happened yet. Michael Hunt says, well said, Real Estate Lady. Beverly Word says, we are not interested in this development either. Atlanta Real Estate Lady says, regarding C20 2009, I am opposed. What is the developer's definition of large lot single family homes? The developer built homes in Avondale Park, putting 11 single family homes on 9 acres. Chinedu Uzochi says, Susan Myers, realtor, I agree. 2013 Aurora says, Camden Manor opposes this rezoning and the development. The current requirement for senior living is 62. It has not been changed. I oppose Z20009 development proposal, says Trina Wright. 2013 Aurora, Atlanta Real Estate Lady, wow. Adowa Sare says, I oppose Z20009 development proposal. Teresa Sublet says, I'm opposed to this development. Atlanta Real Estate Lady says, this developer partners with D.R. Horton and Century Communities. This would further saturate District 2 and 4 with low-priced housing, although the homes built in Avondale Park sold for $500,000. And that concludes the YouTube comments at this time.
Was there any other comments in the email section?
No, sir.
Is there any comments pertaining to in favor of this petition?
I have none.
I have none either.
With that being said, we will move to close public comment. Is there a motion on the floor?
This is Commissioner Brown. I'd like to make a motion to close public comment for Z20-009 and CV20-001.
Is there a second?
Shannon Jones, second.
Any discussion?
Yes, it's me again, Commissioner Brown. One thing I do, I'm happy to see that our council members are actively, and they typically are, but in this case, for these last few petitions, that they are working very closely together on this. And I think it's important for the city, the citizens in these two particular districts, 4 and 2, to engage with them and get, their concerns, express their concerns to them so that they can also express those to the builders. The second comment I have is I lived before moving to Atlanta and then living in this area for the last 20 years. I lived in a place that had beautiful homes that were single family homes targeted for this similar demographic, and would love to be able to see something very similar to that. They were 3 and 4 side brick, and I think that would go in, that would look really nice in this area. So just wanted to go on record to say, I think, so that everyone does also understand that this is really important to us as well. And I think for the staff to impress upon, if asked by the petitioners, what's important to the residents of this area, that we impress upon them that quality over quantity is very, very important. And then also how we're going to handle the influx of additional cars on the road. So.
Yeah, also too want to add that I convey those sentiments, and I like to see them conveyed throughout the city and not just in certain districts. We should be viewing all developments the same, and not just because they're in certain areas. So we definitely want to keep that in mind, because there is a precedent that's being set, and we have to uphold standards. So I do agree with you 100%. Is there any other discussion on this matter?
And the last thing I have to say, and this actually doesn't have to go on the record, I just enjoy hearing Dana read Mr. Reed's comments. So, considering he's a friend of a former council member, so it's always
Right.
to have someone else read his comments, and I still hear his voice.
Okay, we are We entertain a motion to close public comment. Did we do that already?
Yes, we did, sir.
Did we vote on it?
No, sir. I'll do the roll call. So it was motion by Commissioner Brown and seconded by Commissioner Jones. Commissioner Hadley,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Walters,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Floyd.
Aye.
It is unanimous.
All right, staff, can you call the next case?
That was the last one, and I want to state again for the record that the meeting in January is January 19th.
All right, so Chair, we have to vote on the motion to defer.
Okay. Let's put the motion on the floor to accept the deferral for petition Z20-009 and CV20-001.
I make a motion that we accept the request for deferral until the January meeting for Z20-009 and CV20-001.
Is there a second?
Shatiqua Floyd, I second.
It's been probably moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's take a vote.
And I will do the roll call. Commissioner Hadley. Commissioner Hadley.
Is he muted?
Yeah, he's muted.
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Walters,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Floyd.
Aye.
It is unanimous to defer this petition.
All right. Was there any new business that we needed to conduct on tonight?
That was the end of the agenda as far as I had any information for you.
Okay. Well, let's entertain a motion to close the meeting.
Chairman Reynolds, can I make one last comment before we close?
Sure.
I just wanted to just thank the citizens and the residents in the area for their increased participation. Although we can't see your faces, just listening to all the comments, I think this is probably the highest engagement we've had in a very long time. I know definitely since we've gone virtual. So it's just we're really excited. And I think it makes our jobs, I won't use it's just encouraging as a commissioner to sit and have all of you engaged and giving your feedback and continue to be kind and gracious in that feedback. So we thank you for that.
Okay, public comment is crucial and important.
This is Shannon Jones, and I just want to ditto Commissioner Brown that it is great to see this level of engagement. It is encouraging, especially in this dispensation of time. I'd like to wish all of our community members in the city of South Fulton a safe and happy holidays, prosperous New Year. As well, I'd like to wish the same to my colleagues and to this wonderful staff.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
All right, we do have to make a motion to close this meeting.
This is Commissioner Brown. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:08 p.m.
There a second?
Commissioner Walters, I second.
Been properly moved and second. Can you take a vote, staff?
Yes. Commissioner Hadley,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Walters,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Floyd.
Aye.
It is unanimous to close.
All right, meeting adjourned. Thanks, everyone. Definitely
Good night,
putting
everyone.
up with me on
Thank you.
tonight.
Happy
So
holidays,
thanks again.
everyone.
Welcome back,
Merry
Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back.
I got your back though, all the
Hey,
time.
I like that. Thank you. See
Just
you guys next month.
Take care, everybody.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.